Dan is the king of high-ticket sales, and he is a masterful entrepreneur.
That's what I love about Dan, no BS.
Dan is an exceptional leader, teacher, business mentor, and friend.
Dan's a force of nature.
$12 million in my pocket is what I believe I would have above and beyond what I've made in the last 10 years alone, had I found Dan Locke sooner.
Today, we are going to talk about what to do, what are things that you could do when your client wants to cancel halfway through your high-ticket program. Now, knowing when you have a long-term program, maybe a one-year program or a 6-month program or a 2-year, 3-year program, attrition is part of it. Attrition is part of the business. But there are things that you could do to prevent that. There are things that you could do to minimize attrition, because when you run a 1-year program, when you run a 2-year program, when you run a 3-year program, stick is very, very important. Most experts and thought leaders, they give a lot of attention when it comes to enrolling clients, but they give zero to no attention in terms of retaining those long-term clients. I am the opposite. I give a lot of attention in terms of retaining those clients because we want to maximize the lifetime value of each client that comes through our ecosystem, that comes into our community. So I'll give you some numbers because data does the talking. Our high-ticket signature program right now, we have a less than 2% refund rate, less than 2%. That means 98% of our clients and members, they're happy with the value that we deliver. And they stay with us for a long time. My advisory group, right, which is a 3-year program, minimum of 1-year commitment, Dragon 100, we have a 90% renewal rate after year 1. 90% renewal rate. Now, just to give you context, most high-level mastermind groups, they have around a 50% renewal rate. That means 50% of the people dropped out after the first year. We have a 90% renewal rate. Now, how do we do that? I'll teach you more in the upcoming episodes of High Ticket Expert. Now, for now, I'm going to give you some practical tips you could implement. Number 1, you want to have an ironclad agreement with your clients upfront. Not a little half a pager, I mean a full agreement. Now, it doesn't mean you're going to sue your clients. I don't recommend that when they want to cancel the program. But you want to have something substantial. So when they sign up for your program, they know, hey, this is a serious commitment. This is not just writing a check. You set the expectations up front so they know what they're getting themselves into. I notice when I do that, people take it more seriously and reduces the attrition. So because we want to prevent them from doing it, not just how do I solve this when this happens. No, how do we prevent this from happening? That's the focus that we want. So have an ironclad agreement. Number 2 is this: no members quit overnight. No members quit overnight. It is a series of things they did or they didn't do that ultimately led to, hey, you know what, I want to cancel halfway through the program. And here's the key: low engagement equals attrition. I'll say that again, this is important. Low engagement equals attrition. If they're not engaged in your community, they are not watching your training, they are not attending your event, they are not tuning in, they are not collaborating, they're not connecting with your other members, they would quit. Because a low engagement client is not a good client. So the way that we do it is we have an onboarding process, a one-on-one onboarding process with every single high-ticket client. Why? Because we want to set expectations, not just from our part, but their parts. How are they going to stay engaged? What are the behaviors of a good member? And what happens if they don't engage? So we keep track of everything. Example, with Dragon 100, we have a Slack channel. That's where we communicate on a day-to-day basis. We keep track of everything. We have data points on everything, meaning how often they utilize Slack, how often they reply message, how often they log into our Dragon Vault, where we host all our content, attendance for our virtual event, attendance for our board meetings, attendance for our live events. We notice if any members who are not engaged within 30 days, my concierge would reach out. Check in, what's going on? you're not engaged. So no members quit overnight. It is a series of things that they did or they didn't do that leads to that attrition. So we want to be proactive about this. There are a lot of things that you could do, but for now, just understand, you have to get them engaged. Spend as much time thinking about retention and not just enrolling new clients. And your members will stay with you year after year after year. Until then, go high ticket.